بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم مصطفى محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله في الأرض صاحب العصر والزمان أرواحنا له فداء. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I will start by congratulating Sayyid Qaid and all the people of the Islamic Republic of Iran, and indeed the entire Muslim world, on the anniversary, this 43rd anniversary of the victory of the Islamic Revolution in Iran. The revolution came at a time when we might say that the world was in a kind of a position of, you might say, loss of hope. When the Western world that has succeeded in capturing the whole of the Muslim world and divided it into nation states thought that the end has already come. Islam was considered to be a thing of history. They are considering it as once upon a time Islam has ruled the world, and it is now history. Now the revolution changed the equation, and the change of the thought of everyone that Islam has come back and it has come to stay. The Islamic Republic of Iran has faced a lot of problems during the revolution until victory, and it continued to face problem after the revolution. There was this all attempt to bring about some internal problems within the republic immediately after the success, and there was a 8-year imposed war, and there was sanctions upon sanctions and isolation upon isolation, and all the same the Islamic Republic has survived. It has come to stay. Alhamdulillah. Now we have new generation of people who are now learning the Islamic Revolution as if it was history, because most of people now are under 40. You know, most of people in the whole of population of world are under 43. So they either they were not born at the time of the revolution, or they were too young to know what was happening at that time of the revolution. And the revolution has indeed touched every part and every nook and corner of the world. At one time I was saying, and I continue to repeat it, that Imam Khomeini has entered every house in the whole world, and he has made impact in that house. On the Muslims, it has given the Muslim hope that Islamic glory is going to be restored. For the non-Muslims, it has changed their thought about Islam. It affects every part of the world, but I cannot speak generally on every part. I can particularly say, narrow it to Africa and to the place where I am in particular, where nobody can deny the influence of the Islamic Revolution. The Islamic Revolution has given us hope that what we have lost to the colonialists about 100 years ago, about 120 years now, is irrealizable. We will come back to what we have inherited and what we believe in and what we like and what we hope to see it govern our life. The Islamic revolution has made us indeed hopeful, and it has boosted our morale. And the teaching of Ahlul Bayt came to be known through the revolution. The revolution has opened the door for the understanding of the teaching of Ahlul Bayt. But for the revolution, we wouldn't have known that the family of the Prophet have a school of thought. I could remember in the early 70s, 73 to be precise, I was a student in the college, and we were studying history, and our understanding of what Shia was negative, because it was written in a negative way. It is the revolution, it changed our thought about it, and it changed the thought of so many people. Just some minutes ago, I was answering a question about the influence of the revolution, and someone was asking me, but in Iran, there was the influence of Shia thought, that the people saw the Shah as Yazid and Imam Khomeini as Hussein. But we here, we do not have anything of that sort. I said, that's not true. Actually, the teaching of Ahlul Bayt, even though it may not be known in that way, but the love of Ahlul Bayt has been with people. And they know the event of Karbala, and they are actually in the side of Hussein. So same teaching can be, revitalized and made known. I may not say made known, because it was already known already. We will always say we can boost the knowledge because the people already have it, and as we can see how the teaching has affected us here. Some in the early 80s, 70s, before the revolution, there was no knowledge of the school of Ahlul Bayt, at least in this part of the world. But now, if one can search and just say in the internet and say, for example, Shia in Africa, you will see a lot of interest, or Shia in Nigeria, or Ashura in Nigeria, or Ashura in Africa, you will see a lot of interest, which are known before the Islamic revolution. This is the blessing of the Islamic revolution. Now the enemy has wanted to use sectarianism in order to isolate the revolution and say it's Shia. But they have made a great mistake. By saying Shia, it's Shia, even though it is purely Islamic. Yeah, they are trying to narrow it to a school of thought. They only try, by so doing, made people to try to find out what is that thought, what is that school teaching about, which created this revolution. And in the end, they come to find out what it is. And alhamdulillah, the Islamic Republic of Iran has given us a model of how Islam can be practiced in modern age. And if anybody is thinking that Islam is a sin of fast, he is mistaken, because we can show him a model that is not practicable, but practicable model, which one can see. So in the Islamic revolution, alhamdulillah, is for all the people, for all the oppressed. I have to also make sort of strong words to the Iranian people. One historian, it's just a professor of history, recently was saying, some years, just about 7 years ago, he was saying that today there are two superpowers: the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran. And the United States of America is crumbling down. And the Islamic Republic of Iran is raising up. So in the end of the day, you will have one power, Islamic power, inshallah. And the people of Iran have to be ready to give the world a leadership. They shouldn't think that the revolution belongs to Iranian people alone. They shouldn't think that the revolution is confined to geographical location called Iran. It is Islamic revolution for the whole Muslims. And they should be ready to give Muslim people a leadership. By this, they should be accommodating other people. They should learn about other people, their languages and cultures. They should speak other people's languages as well. Not only to think that they should invite people and make them like Iranian or Persian speaker. Just like this colonialists, they march and, you know, they were only interested in the words of the people, not in the people themselves. But no, so somebody, recently I was in prison, and I was surprised to hear from one of the prison workers. He was saying that he was speaking simple language. He said that the world is divided into two. One camp, they see United States of America as their own mother. And the other camp is the Islamic camp, which sees Iran as the mother. Iran has to live up to that expectation. We know for sure that the leadership is up to that. The people also have to be up to that, inshallah. In the near future, by the grace of Allah, we should have Islamic glory restored in the whole world. صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.